third one?
Vikshipta.
Vikshipta, yes. Yeah, wavering, oscillating, right? Then ekagraha.
And
Yeah. Niruddha, yes. Stillness.
It's like powerful thoughts that came.
Yes.
And what I experience in
Yeah.
meditation, more you fight to push them.
Yes,
more
yes.
you have the strength.
That's a good point. Yeah. 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 So this is a challenge. See, it's also like, when you're having these effort, we say, so it's a very tricky thing because you can put physical effort, like I can put physical effort and carry something from down to here, or I can put physical effort and maybe, throw somebody, so this is like a physical effort, right? So now with the mind, is it possible to do that same kind of that kind of effort? It is possible. Yes, it's possible, yes. But what happens is when you put that same kind of effort with the mind, the mind becomes even more restless than before. Okay, so there is a trick to this. If you put the effort as you put physical effort, as you're used to using your will, the mind will rebel.
Yes.
Why? Because the mind is not used to be told, the mind is like this, what we call like a monkey, You can't tell the monkey, sit. The moment you say sit, it will jump,
But can we make it a dog like
So what happens is this training is required. So slowly over time what happens is the mind needs to be trained how to work with it. And so what you do is you first give the monkey a job, meaning like you tell the monkey, okay, now you eat this fruit. So like that, you kind of train the mind like that. But now there's another deeper aspect of what you're asking is that the mind is not it is not possible for the mind to always be focused on one thing unless you have become a yogi. For most of us in this stage, where we are in our practice stage, the best remedy for a lot of us is to let go. So what happens when you let go, meaning you are not making effort in a way of trying to pull the mind back willfully. So there's two ways to focus, okay, two ways to bring the mind, work with the mind. One is you become aware of the distractions, you acknowledge the distractions and not fight the distractions. Okay, so then what happens, the mind says, okay, I have acknowledged this, I have made peace with this, and I will let it be, So it is more than letting go, you are letting it be. Like now if I'm irritated by this sound, like this curse. Okay, so the sound is going on, right? So for a while I say, okay, the sound is not good, I can't meditate on this. So the more I try to think about something, the more I get distracted. So then what happens, I first acknowledge, okay, the sound is there and this work is going to go on, I have no choice. And so I make peace with that. So then what happens is the mind rests a little bit. And then once you acknowledge that, then the mind is able to, it becomes more flexible, more maneuverable, you can maneuver the mind a little bit better then. Why? Because you're not fighting that, your attention is not so much on fighting those thoughts. And I will talk more about this later stages because there's also another factors like emotions and feelings which come, so we will talk about that, how to work with that. But at this point, this is true that when the mind, you are trying to do ekagraha, so sometimes you can do ekagraha easily. And I will tell you under what conditions. Today we will talk about that from a philosophical perspective. Under some conditions you can bring the mind easily. Under some conditions you cannot. And when you recognize that I'm not able to bring my mind back, then the only option left for you is to just let it be. Meaning you just let all the distractions be as it is, but you just gently bring your attention back every time. Very gently. It's like almost like working with somebody who is like this angry, stubborn child, you know. I don't know if you all have seen it. So it's an angry, stubborn child who wants to have the toy or play, you know. No matter what you say, no matter how much he or she has made up the mind, you know. So slowly you have to work with them, slowly and tell them gently, you know, you acknowledge them and you'll send them, okay, tomorrow we'll go, you can have the toy, tomorrow or day after I'll buy you this, and then slowly, gently the mind will come. So these are skillful ways of working with the mind. And you have to recognize that.